Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the November 2020 issue of News and Notes. Video behind the scenes look at what I got planned and what I'm going to do with my IPs. As you can see today, I got Super Mario Bros. 3 up for the next episode of Splatterbomb Lounge, Splatterbomb League Arc, episode 28. Will be Super Mario Bros. 3. That's a game that I have beaten many times using the warp zones, and that's what I intend to do, just so that way I can actually beat a game in the show. I haven't actually beaten a game with an ending since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where I got an ending. I mean, I did the whole rundown of Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, but I don't know if that even counts. Given that I played the whole thing, but I couldn't finish. Yeah, I couldn't finish Grip because I'm beating only one tournament at a time. One tournament at a time per episode, and that was just a no-go. So I just did some quick improv and on script writing to phase it out. Tried to do Sonic the Hedgehog in episode 27, but I forgot that the continues are primarily in the special zones, and I was trying to not do the special zones. I think I gotta get 100 coins also. Yeah, so I kind of screwed up on that one, and there was no way I was gonna go through all that to get to Labyrinth Zone again. So. So it turned out the way that it did. But with Super Mario Bros. 3, yeah, I can't see myself failing on this one. Although never say never. So that was a quick recap with the previous episode on what had happened with Grip, Sonic the Hedgehog, and yeah, with the show. So basically, the show, Splatterbomb League Arc of Splatterbomb Lounge is on episode 28. That's I'm gonna finish this off with 3 episodes. It's gonna end at 30, episode 30, and that's gonna be the end of Splatterbomb League Arc. I got everything all set up. I just have to get the fish tank up and write out the script. As you can see, it's blank. Those are the only 2 things I got to do, and then proceed with Super Mario Bros. 3. Which will be on Tuesday. The last 2 episodes will just be farewell episodes, where I'm going to say goodbye to all 4 characters as Coqui-san, and that will close it out. Splatterbomb Lounge will still continue on with the Smash Brothers, of course. I'm still doing 2 a week, and I'm going to do that on purpose because I want to try and get to the next DLC fighter while it's still active, because I know once I get through all the fighters, once I get to Steve and play Steve's episode, that's pretty much it. Splatterbomb Lounge is gonna be on hiatus until the next DLC fighter comes out. So Splatterbomb Lounge is not really going to officially end until all of the DLC fighters in Smash Brothers have been played. So. But the good thing about it is that, I'll be doing those DLC specials. As you might have noticed, I did the first look of Steve, and there'll be more of those with every single DLC fighter. That's going to be pretty cool with all 5 characters. Yeah, as for the characters themselves, yeah, I didn't do a good. I don't feel like I did a good job with Roller. I definitely did a terrible job with Spraycon. And I'm losing Handy and Bradley because they're supposed to be a little bit more deeper voiced, like they're supposed to. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm losing them. So that's why I gotta phase out, the Splatterbomb Lounge shows and get it down to just what I'm doing with Smash Brothers. Excuse me for 1 second. Let me just fix my camera here. That's so weird. Why do I look like a ghost again? That's why. There we go. Okay, that's actually a lot better. Just had to drop the game. Don't know why the game always does that. There we go. So that's a little cleaner looking. Don't look like a ghost anymore. So, So yeah, let me just give a quick quick thoughts on Splatterbomb Lounge. First and foremost, I really did have fun. I hope those of you who watched it was able to have fun with it, despite what it was. It was a very big experiment on my part to try to expand my Splatterbomb IP franchise. Given that I got merchandise at Spreadshirt and I got the theme song on sale over on Amazon.com and Spotify. You'll find the links in the description as always. So I just wanted to expand the product and try to get a light, maybe use it as leverage for as a portfolio for merchandising. Try to expand the merchandising and everything. But it's okay. The hybrid script, the scripted / improv hybrid style didn't pan out. I still had fun with it, but I'm being realistic here. It didn't pan out perfectly, with what my intention was. But I'm okay. I'm okay with it, with the result. It's just the way it is. It's life. You win some, you lose some, but I'm still in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the game, and I got plenty of IPs to work and deal with. But basically, Splatterbomb Lounge is just gonna after these last 3 episodes of the Splatterbomb League arc, it's just gonna be Smash Brothers the rest of the way. And once I get past Steve, or if there's another DLC fight that pops up along the way after Steve, that would be included, and then I'll just do Splatterbomb Lounge with Smash Brothers with each DLC. I don't know if I'm going to revisit this Splatterbomb Lounge in a future date outside of Smash Brothers, but if I do, it'll probably be something very special or a treat. But the other thing about Splatterbomb Lounge is because I'm targeting a more wide range of age audiences, being everyone 10 and up. I have to take probably 8 and up, maybe, I don't know, but it is pigeonhole. But the show does pigeonhole me to playing games like, say, Super Mario Brothers, and I can't play a game like Dark Souls or Saints Row the Third because of that content. M-rated games basically, and some T-rated games as well. So that's gonna be the part of the reason why Splatterbomb Lounge gotta phase out, because I got a lot of games and I would like to play these games, and I can't do it under the Splatterbomb Lounge, the Splatterbomb banner. So it is what it is. Well, no, it's not. It is what it is. No, it's not. It is what it is. It was a big. It was a big try. It was a big try, and it didn't pan out the way it is. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's better to have tried and failed than to have not tried at all and be saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. Alright. So, next is the author's research videos. Savage Strikers. I already finished at this point, which will be this week. I finished updating Nagisa Hino on camera. Her whole entire moveset, and the prototype is pretty much almost complete. I just got to do the printout, which I'm not going to do on the show because it's just going to be me printing out the cards and then cutting them. You're going to watch me cut cards and sleeve them. So I'm going to be taking care of that this week for next week's episode, where I'm going to do play testing and demonstrate Savage Strikers Draft 101 by myself. I'm gonna be doing it by myself, but I'll be able to give you all an idea, and maybe along the way I could troubleshoot the game. After that, there'll be no more researching for Savage Strikers, because I'm doing the updates once a week, and I want to actually increase updating the game, the time frame, because I want to get Chenbo and Brock done for the core set. For when I pitch to the publishers, when I go back to pitching to publishers, I want to have 3 fighters done. I don't want to just, you know, I could rely on Nagisa, just have 2 starter packs, you know, two packs of Nagisas, you know, for a mirror match. But the reason why I want Chenbo and Brock done and updated is because of their stats. Their stats give better clarity and more context to how the game is designed to help the publishers understand what this game is gonna do, what the game is gonna do. But I do want to do the demonstration. It'll be a mirror match of Nagisa versus Nagisa, so you'll get to see a playtest of it and how that operates. And then that's it. There'll be no more Savage Strikers videos. The reason why I'm making this decision is because I want to move on to another IP of mine. And if you've been in my channel, if you've been exploring my channel, if you, for those of you who may have subscribed, you'll probably notice on in my main page, YouTube page, where you got all those little links next to the banner, you know, at the top of the page, you know, where it says Coqui-san with Handy and, you know, the Puerto Rican flag, you know, saying, you'll notice all those little link icons on there. And at the far right, you'll probably see that little square box that says FI, and that is a link to another one of my IPs called Akana Magi. It's a quasi multi. Well, it's really by definition a multiverse, but I call it universe because, you know, I'm an idiot. But it's really a multiverse that is that I had started writing back in October 30th, 2009. Back in 2009, October 30th. So yes, being that this is so yes, the 11th anniversary came to pass. I was supposed to do a 10th anniversary thing last year, but I had a very horrifying life event that stifled not only my ability to return to Akana Magi for the 10th anniversary, but it also hurt me with dealing with The Impossible Man, my strange fantasy comedy novel that I had published last year, that I published trade paperback, and it hindered a lot of what I needed to do, for my book, to promote it and everything. And I couldn't engage Akana Magi for its 10th anniversary at Fictionat. So I'm pretty much yeah, I kind of got hosed on that one with that event. So, you know, and now I'm in my 11th year with Akana Magi, and I still have only one more story that I gotta finish up to complete the series, but I'm kind of in a bit of a bind with it because, well, it's a lot to explain, and I'm gonna do a primer. So I could get to what I want, to my point. Since I'm closing out Savage Strikers, I'm gonna move over to Akana Magi, and what it is is that I'm gonna do a primer video, so I could give you the entire lowdown of what happened from October 30th, 2009 to right now, and what I'm thinking of doing. And it's gonna, well, I have to decide what I want to do, which direction I want to go with it. So I'm gonna do a primer episode, but it is gonna be a go, and it's gonna be a very strange thing, because if you've seen how I've done the videos with Microsoft Word, you know, so well I'll be able to explain a lot more thorough in detail with the next episode, when I do the primer episode for the author series. But so for those of you who love writing, you're gonna actually get to see a little something. So That's the key thing. But I do want to warn you, and I will again go through more further detail. But I'm just going to give a quick summary that if you do go into you click into that link and go into Fictionaut, you will find 30 web pages of Arcana Magi and a whole lot of stories. And well, to put it simply, originally I was rewriting the early onset, but once the game design started to take over and I started making more network connections and meeting with more people, I had to choose one or the other, and I didn't want to give up Arcana Magi because I felt like that I'd be giving up writing. And so I transitioned from being something that I would rewrite to something that I would train with. If that makes sense. Basically, think of it as what you will read is me pretty much opening up a ham radio and analyzing the vacuum tubes and circuitry and speakers and such, and that's pretty much what happened to Arcana Magi. It became that. It became the ham radio, and I was just doing training, all kinds of different types of training, you know, practicing grammar, tropes, characterization, storytelling mechanisms, and so on. So it's a bit of a hot mess, but weirdly enough, if you look at the number of views, it's staggeringly high, and I'm very shocked. You know, I think the lowest is 700 views and the highest is 4,000 for one of that's the range. And if any of you who have been reading Arcana Magi up to this point and is watching this video, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for reading through all of that. And I hope it was entertaining for what it is. And if you join me on the primer, when I do the primer episode for the author video, when I explain Arcana Magi, then hopefully it'll be something that will be very exciting for you. But yes, I definitely wholeheartedly really appreciate all those views from all those posts. Okay, so what's next? I think that's it. I have a weird feeling that's it. Oh, yes. Playthroughs. Yes, because as I pointed out, I got a lot of games. Oh, I didn't even bring it down. I wanted to show you a little something, but I got the GameCube. Working off the OBS, and I happen to have a Game Boy player. That's right, I got the Game Boy player for the GameCube, and well, let's just say that I got plenty enough Game Boy games across the years, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, to do shows with that. And I have been picking up some GameCube games. Some of them that's very surprising. I probably might do an unboxing video for one of those GameCube games. You'll see. Maybe. I don't know. I can't guarantee it. But it's I've been getting some used ones. I'm not gonna tell you what the games I got because I don't want to raise any expectations. But I did get it running off of this OBS. Now the question is, do I want to go on over to Twitch? I may have to, because I don't want. Well, I don't know what it is, but with YouTube and 2-hour videos or something when it comes to playthroughs, I don't know. YouTube is just weird, personally. It's personally weird. Plus, it makes sense because I do have a Twitch account. I haven't put the links up to it because I'm still trying to get the OBS to stop throttling. I think I got it, but it's gonna run on 720p, and that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really love having them popping up at 1080p, and I would love to have it at 60 frames per second. But when I made that attempt with Ultra Street Fighter 4. It was suppressed down to 720p, 60 frames per second. I can't figure it out. I mean, it's Elgato Game Capture HD 60, so it's probably just that I'm using this computer. I'm on single computer, single screen, but I do want to do playthroughs, and I think Twitch would be the best place, because a lot of these games are going to be my first playthroughs, because I've been racking up a lot of them, and then some of them are like Super Mario Bros. 3, which I played a lot, but I haven't played it in a long time. So I'm hoping that this is not a 2-hour affair with the warp zones. I hope that when I do the warp zones, I could actually beat it quickly, and not go too long with Splatterbomb Lounge. I've been trying to keep it under an hour for YouTube. But yes, I most likely am gonna run over to start up Twitch, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I want to get Splatterbomb Lounge settled, the Splatterbomb League arc, out of the way. Get Savage Strikers update out of the way, so that way I can shift over to Arcana Magi, and that will let's see, that'll open me up with one slot, and that's probably when I'll probably see what I could do to get Twitch going, if that makes sense. Let's see, yeah, because I got to deal with because then I'll just only have the Smash Brothers, and I'll only have the author video, so that's 2. So the third day will probably be the whole Twitch thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Do Twitch playthrough, and then I could just throw it up right on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, that's playthrough situation, because I would like to play through the games proper without anything in the way, without anything in the way, and just have that nice little focus concentration. Finally, oh, I had that in my mind. Sorry, I just had it in my head and now I forgot. Oh, now I remember. The subscribe button. Yeah. If you've been listening to me mentioning the subscribe button in the author videos, I probably explained it before, but probably not very clear. But the thing is that when I do the whole please subscribe thing in Splatterbomb Lounge, I'm in character, but out of character, it just feels awkward for me. I'm not accustomed to asking people for things, and asking for subscribing is asking for a thing, and I do have like promo videos, to pitch, my merch and everything, because that's advertising, and again, I'm in character advertising. But the way that everybody does it in YouTube, with well, not everybody, most people, let me clarify that and correct myself, most people on YouTube that ask for the subscribe button, I mean, they do it very naturally. I'm not sure how they do it, but me, it's my upbringing. I'm not accustomed to just going around asking people for things, and asking for a subscription is asking for a thing. So that's why it's very awkward. I sound so awkward and amateurish and whatnot. That's the reason. That's the reason why. I don't know what I want to. People saying that you got to do it. YouTube says you got to do it. Ask for the subscribe. Do I really have to do it? Do I have to? Do I have to? It's like, can't I have faith that my ability to do these videos will be good enough to convince people to subscribe without having to ask? I mean that's my personal inner self wondering, because you're my audience. Why do I need to need to ask. You know, if you want to do it, you do it. If you don't, yeah, I'm not offended or anything. Your view alone is thanks enough. You know, it's good enough. You know, if you subscribe, hey, great. You know what I'm saying? Just follow through on the whole thing. But it just, I can't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I should get subscriptions on merit and not on asking. So this video that I did with Nagisa, updating Nagisa for that's gonna get published this week, which is, what's the date? Let me just make sure that I let you all know the date. The 4th, November 4th, just so you know where we're at in terms of the time frame with this video. Will probably be the last time I'm going to ask. I have a title card that says please subscribe. I think that's, again, that feels weird too, personally, but I've seen people, you know, put please subscribe, and you know what, I'll leave it at that. Just have the title card saying please subscribe, and the tags like always, you know, and let you decide, you know what I'm saying, instead of me asking you. So that's pretty much me and the subscribe button. So I just thought that I let y'all know my feelings on asking for subscriptions and such. It's just not me, you know. I don't ask, I don't beg, I don't bother people for things. That's just, you know what I'm saying, you know, that's just that's the way I am. Alright, so with that said, this is the end of the news and notes. It's time for me to end this quickly because I'm looking at the clock. Thank you all for joining me. I look forward to your viewership and your fandom and your patronage. And I wish you all a good night and a buenas noches.